Hey, y'all, listen, happy Tuesday. Listen, April 1st, April Fool's Day, right? Welcome into the building. I'm so glad you're here and you're spending time with me. Listen, on Monday and Tuesdays, I do my recap first with Roy. Yeah, that's why I come on a little later on Monday and Tuesdays, but I'm in the building. We're here for trending topics, and the title is called Crazy Times. Crazy times. They had a free Wendy Williams kind of rally today, I guess I'll say. They did one in New York, right in front of the facility in which she is locked down in, and they did one in LA. But you know what, Suzanne? I always say Susan, so don't be like trying to shake me up if I interchange between saying Susan and Suzanne. But Suzanne, when I tell you she worked with Wendy for 13 years. That's a true friend. That's a true friend. Now she's speaking to Wendy every day. She was outside the facility trying to really help get Wendy, out of this conservatorship. So, but what like I said, the reason why I really want to do this story, because I'm always doing a Wendy story, but the reason why I really want to do this story is because Suzanne is such a good friend. She was out there with her husband, for the rally, and it was kind of nippy today outside. Between New York and Jersey, the weather is like a roller coaster. It's bipolar. 1 minute it's hot, the next minute it's cold. You need your hat and scarf again. It's just crazy. But she was out there supporting Wendy, and I really commend her for that. So we're going to talk about it. Then we got this a New York tenant. Whether you live in a house, an apartment, or whatever, we all got neighbors. Well, this New York building, they got the neighbor from hell. They say he raising chickens, roosters, and all you do all night is you hear them coo-coo-coo. They said they can't sleep. And he said it's peaceful. He claiming the neighbors like it. How you going to tell me what I like? And I don't want to go to sleep. If I wanted to hear all of that, I would have lived on a farm. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into that story. And then we got this other guy. You know what? This age gap related dating is different. His girlfriend is in her 30s. He's 70. She had his baby. And then she got mad at him, and she came and she stabbed him in the head and in the chest. Now she locked up. The baby's in some type of foster care. He's bowing to get his baby. And he said he gonna raise the baby. But see, that's what he get for updating that young buck. She crazy. He said it, not me. Y'all gonna see. He said he called her crazy cat. He said she's crazy. And he said he'd be a fool to get back with her, even though she apologized right after she stabbed him. Child, the people out in these streets acting a fool. But you know what that goes to tell you? I don't care how old you are. Old, young, whatever, dating in these streets is a bit much nowadays. But we're going to talk about it. So let me go ahead. Y'all know what I need in the chat, right? Because I'm bringing the people right in the building. What do I need in the chat? I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Tuesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. It's called Crazy Times, okay? We got the free Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is still trying to get out of this conservatorship. We got the New York man raising chickens, roosters. I think he got a pet parrot. Okay? It's a lot going on. And the neighbors are over it. And then we got this 70-year-old and his 30-something-year-old done stabbed him up. And she just had the baby. Baby only 9 months. And she crazy for Cocoa Puffs. For real, for real. Let me bring the people on in. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva, choo choo.
Choo choo. Hey, Katrina.
Hey Diva, hey Chat, hey panel. Choo choo choo.
Choo choo choo. Hey, Julius.
Hey y'all, hit the like button. I'm watching. Choo choo.
Come on now. We're watching. So let's go ahead and get right into these stories, okay? I think the first story I'm going to do is the free Wendy Williams story because y'all know I love Wendy. How you doing? Okay. So they went down there. She's still trying to get out of this conservatorship. And I really hope she gets out of it. She has the right. If she wants to be with her family and friends and they could take care of her, then let her free. Set her free. Let's take a listen. So Wendy Williams, how you doing? Fans rally for her freedom. Okay, so let's take a quick look. It's a lot of noise, but you could kind of see and get the gist of it. Oh, Wendy out there. Come on with the free Wendy. So Wendy Williams definitely isn't alone in her fight to break free from her legal guardianship. A whole crew of hashtag Free Wendy supporters pulled up outside her assisted living facility to rally behind her. Now let's take a look at this. Hold on one second.
I'm going to hang up the phone now because everyone's staring at me. Bye-bye. It's too much. It's just too much. It's too much.
You're a former producer on her show.
Yes, I'm just Oh, I talk to her every day. She sounds fantastic. She's up there fighting for her life, trying to get her life back, staying positive, and she's staying strong.
Suzanne, were you on the phone with someone from the Wendy show, like someone else, or were you on the phone with Wendy?
I
Just
was
now?
talking with Wendy.
Just now?
Yeah, I talk to her every day.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
so when you hung up the phone, that was Wendy.
Yes, I was on with Wendy.
Oh my God! So what did she say to you?
She's loving this. She loves that you guys are all here. She feels very positive about today and the turnout, and she's really thankful for your support.
I love that. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing? We're just waiting for Wendy to open up her shade.
So I see some Wendy logos here.
Oh, yes, we're Wendy.
Oh my goodness! So did you guys work for Wendy at one time, or producers on the show?
I was the co-executive producer.
No
for
way.
13 years.
What's your name?
Suzanne.
Suzanne, we get to meet you. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
So
Nice to
Suzanne,
meet you.
what, I mean, of course you're out here for Wendy, but how do you feel that now it's picking up steam? People are starting to really run this story. The conversation's being had. How long do you think is before Wendy's actually free?
Oh, I have no clue. I hope sooner than later because hashtag Free Wendy. All day, every day.
And you're out here in the cold.
We're out in the cold, and we're here for our girl Wendy, and we're waiting for her to lift that shade up so I can wave to her. I have not seen her yet. I talk to her almost every day.
No
so
way.
I talked to her this morning, and
So-
she's excited.
Is she in good, okay, good
She's-
spirits,
she's
excited?
in great spirits. Wendy's very, very excited to see everyone. She's excited to see the turnout, and I'm ready to see her so I can wave to her.
I love that. So does she know that, well, I guess she assumes that you're out here right now. She knows.
Okay, so Wendy told me specifically to stand here, okay? So the building's over there, the entrance is over there. She said to stand here so that we could look up and wave to her. So we're at the spot and we're ready.
I love that. And you guys worked for Wendy too?
Pretty fan.
I love that. I love the logo. You're bringing it back.
So cool. So among the crowd was Suzanne Bass, Wendy's former talk show producer, who told TMZ she had just talked to Wendy, and yet she's in great spirits. And that much was clear as Wendy Williams waved to her fans who tucked out in the New York City cold, signs in hands, outside of the Katori Hudson Yards Monday morning. As you can see, Wendy gave them a proper show from above, waving from the window, hands pressed against the glass, clearly overwhelmed by all the love. Suzanne was absolutely thrilled to see her friend in good spirits, both physically and emotionally, and gushed to us about Wendy's determination to win back her freedom. We watched the whole video because Suzanne also let us know when she thinks Wendy will finally get out. Wendy's been pushing hard to break free from her assisted living facility, acing mental capacity tests to prove she's still in control despite her frontal temporal dementia diagnosis last year. And they covered it in depth on their Tubi show. So hashtag free Wendy. I love it. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So I'm a little confused. I thought she won a court hearing that said she was gonna be able to be moved from the memory flow to a unit where she could leave when she wanted to.
They bamboozled us.
Listen here.
Who led astray?
I am so this case is irritating me. We done seen the people that need to be in the conservatorship.
Child.
And yet still they not getting no help. Okay. And yet still y'all holding my girl Wendy Williams hostage. Okay. I'm gonna need y'all to before I'm gonna have to call New York City Police Department and tell them it's a court order and Wendy being held against her will. I need adult protective service to do their job. Okay, y'all free Wendy because Wendy need to be free. I really do feel like this is a disservice to her because being isolated makes you go the way that they trying to make her go. And I think this is what the conservator is doing. She wants to keep Wendy there until she set up this appointment so Wendy could look like she doesn't have all her senses. And I hope that talking to Suzanne or whoever she's talking to on the phone, I hope they keep her mind clear enough that she still aces this thing when she does it. Because this lady is on her top. She wants to keep that money. And we know this is a money game. She don't give a dang about her. She let her do this show and see the alcohol and all that. Like, she didn't care about Wendy. Because she cared about Wendy, a good conservative wouldn't have greenlit that show. She signed on the dotted line because she didn't care. And then when it was finna come out, she wanted to file a lawsuit. We need to get Suzanne on board and tell her to call everybody she know, okay? Call all the people, rally all the troops. Free Wendy.
Yeah. Julius, your thoughts?
Free Wendy. Free Wendy. Keep the heat on their neck. They want to keep her in the conservatorship, but case in point, Kanye, he needs some intervention. But he's stable, right? Because he's a man for the machine. Nah. If Wendy can be put away for less, he needs to be put away big time. Sorry.
Thank you. I also think this is like all seriousness. I feel like, Justin Bieber's situation is breaking my heart too. I feel like he's spiraling out of control and he really needs help. So there's, like you said, there's plenty of people who need some help. Do I think they need to be in a conservatorship that's locked down like this? No, but I do think he needs some help. Katrina, your thoughts?
My thoughts is just give this lady back her dignity because y'all taking it away from her. And she looked happy in that window. She wasn't crying this time. She was dancing, putting her hat on, doing the jig. I'm like, okay, go ahead, Wendy. So she looked happier than what she been looking like.
Yeah.
And maybe she think that Suzanne's going to help her. And of course, Suzanne probably will. Well, is doing it. Ain't no probably. She is doing it. Just give this woman back her dignity, so she can have some peace, and just let her go and do her thing. If you saying that her mind and stuff is already gone, which we don't believe, but give her dignity back and let her go out and live her life the way that she wants to live it. Cause can't nobody live your life but you. That's all I got, Diva.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's just give her life back and let her be with her family. If like they're ready to take her in and take this on, let her be with her sister, her father, her son. Yeah, get her out of this. But all right, I'm
I'm
gonna
just
go
saying,
ahead.
I ain't never seen no mess like this before in my life. You a grown tell woman, and somebody got to tell you what, girl, it is ridiculous. All right, go to the next story, Diva.
No, I know, because it's heart wrenching, right? It's just crazy. It's totally insane. All right, so let's go ahead and roll into the next story. And so the guy in New York City, Chicken Chaos, he's raising roosters and chickens, and the neighbors is like they had enough. So let's get into this story. So, New York City tenant is tormenting neighbors with flock of rowdy roosters, pesky parrots, and other boisterous birds, and claims their black meat is good. Not the black meat.
Well, the majority of the community enjoys them. They have a lot of people come over here every day and visit them, and a lot of them reminds them of home where they come from, or they say that they're used to hearing that, and it takes them at a different peace of mind when they pass it here. I benefit from it because it gives me peace, and I'm right now recovering from injury. There's only like about one tenant that complains and makes up a lot of stories.
He thinks I'm the only one that has hearing, right? And I'm the only one who sleeps at night. We're all fed up. We feel like we're being held hostage by this dude. I haven't been able to sleep through the night with earplugs, with my noise canceling earbuds since June of last year.
First of all, how is the building even allowing him to do that? A whole nother story in and of itself. He's a cockadoodle doofus. A Manhattan tenant is allegedly tormenting his Inwood neighbors with a noisy makeshift farm he started during the bird flu, harboring 24 chickens, a flock of roosters, turtles, and a loudmouth parrot. The man plucked 5 large white chicken eggs Tuesday from the dirty dog cages he keeps his birds in outside the 40 Arden Street building as at least some of the roosters crowed so loudly they could be heard from the street. This is a breed from Indonesia, said the man who refused to give his name to the Post, holding the eggs. They have black meat, he said of the chickens. Yes, you can eat them. They're very good. The makeshift urban farmer explained that he keeps the birds outside all year round, even through the biting winter. No, the cold doesn't bother them. They can be here all winter. It's a special breed from Indonesia, he said of his roosters. The man, 39, said he lived in the Inwood building his entire life, but only started his Frederick collection over the summer in response to the bird flu and skyrocketing egg prices. Plus, he wanted to have fun. I wanted to do an experiment where if I fed them organic food, not caged them, with no air, how healthy could they be? It worked out. I learned how to raise chickens, said the man, explaining he is currently unemployed over health issues. He said he started with 3 chickens in July, but the population quickly boomed. I have 24 now, but some people stole some. I have 2 chickens who can go for walks around the neighborhood and come back. He said they're really smart. They look both ways when they cross the street. And this man, he dead serious. He said he added some roosters and a parrot to his collection, as well as 2 turtles, okay, and that he has in a pan full of water with a barbecue grate over the top of it. He keeps the birds in the dog cages strewn about the front yard, a common space for the entire massive building, which is littered with lettuce, parsley, and cucumber scraps. He sells a dozen eggs from his birds for $25. Oh my gosh, a hefty price even amid the bird flu crisis. But his good eats come at a cost to the rest of his neighbors, including one who is taking him to court, a battle he described as a little drama thing. He claimed the rude neighbor is the only one in the building who hates the chickens, saying that teachers from the nearby school had asked if he could bring them to classrooms. And some neighbors said the birds reminded them of living in the Dominican Republic. But the woman allegedly making his life miserable called her neighbor delusional. If he feels so infuriating and crazy making that we all pay our rent in this building and we're all doing what we need to do as tenant, and yet this one person thinks they're above the law and they're ruining it for everybody, said Mickey, 35, a business and professional development coach who has lived on the first floor of the building for 6 years. This man thinks he owns a neighborhood and people don't confront him. They don't stop him. The post spoke with several others who hate the flock, including one who shouted down the staircase that living in the building is like living in hell every day. The building owner, they haven't done anything about this. We've all complained. It's just too many. It's extremely noisy. It's all day and all night. Can't get to sleep. Nobody can sleep. It's much worse at night. Another neighbor from the 3rd floor griped to the Post. Yep, this is the Caribbean, but not this. This is in the Caribbean, but not here. Another neighbor claims she made numerous 311 calls on the property, which has more than 50 complaints lodged against it, ranging from noise to rodents and illegal encampments in unsanitary conditions. According to the city health code, it is legal to keep as many hens as wanted, though roosters are not allowed in the 5 boroughs, presumably because of the noise. He's been expanding now. He's added more and more. Now he's just started putting them on the other side. This is ridiculous. We can't live like this, the 1st floor resident said. I've been living here for 35 years, and this is just crazy. It has to be illegal. The city health department told ABC in a statement, having roosters or other wild or illegal animals is a violation of the health code and can result in summons. The health department is aware of the issue at the residence and we're investigating it, added. The Birdman indicated that he's open to the idea of passing his flock to a new owner who has more space than he does in his inwood yard, but not to cater to his neighbors' complaints. He's only considered a move in order to give his birds more freedom. When it comes to the noise complaints, the urban farmer had just one response. You live in the city. What do you expect? You don't want noise? You should live in the country. Not eggs, $25 a dozen. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Diva, I'm still on the black meat. This man brain is like the bird brain. Okay, I can't. But you was reading it out. I was trying to get past the black meat to hear the rest of it, but the black meat had me. And now you telling them they should move to the country.
In my opinion, the black meat had you. The fact that he said they crossed the street and they smart, they look so way.
Better be glad they crossed the street when that lady from last night was driving.
Yeah, I said, not they smart.
They watch where they go, and they go cross the street. Yeah, and they come back home. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Them birds all would have been gone if I had been living in that building. I'm telling you, y'all would have had to call NYPD on me because it would have been bird massacre. Okay. Good luck to them people. I don't know what they gonna do. Now he's selling these eggs for $25 a dozen. I thought the eggs in the store was expensive. His eggs really expensive. If he wanted to be a farmer, he should have got him a farm. I know this is. He said it disconnects him to his country, and he know what he's doing. But I feel like if you want to be a farmer, then don't torture your neighbors. Go ahead and buy you a farmhouse in the country where you trying to send these people to. They don't care about the city life. They just don't want the farm life in the city. It's just appalling that he told them to move to the country. Okay, people. Him and his black meat can go to the country.
Okay. With all his animals, his roosters, his chickens, selling them eggs. I cannot. Okay. Julius, your thought?
Listen, them chickens would have been turned into fried chicken or some baked chicken or some grilled chicken. Like, listen, don't be cackling. Cause listen, I'm a fat boy on the inside. Don't play with me. I will go in there, get the seasonings and everything. Be like having a chicken noodle soup for a good couple of days and some fried chicken. Don't play with me. Mm-mm. With some scrambled eggs with syrup.
Katrina, your thoughts?
I thought they said it was a shortage on chicken and eggs. Them chicken, them chicken need a gold chain around their neck. He said them chickens go through the street, look both ways, then they cross. And nevertheless, they come back home. So they go out, they mingle, they go hang out, kick it
Oh
with a couple of people. You know, they kicking it with a couple of chickens or whatsoever. They come back home. Then they wanna cock a doodle doo and they wanna go to sleep. He got some bad tail chickens. I raised around chickens. I ain't never seen a chicken do that. A chicken
God.
is one of the dumbest bird there is. You cut his head off, he'll still be running around thinking he still got a head. But them chickens that he got, girl, them some dominant chicken. And then he don't have dark meat. He have black meat chicken.
Mm.
So, girl, them little cake, they will be yes, they will be dark meat. I mean black meat. Cause they little tail be
Put
Cajun
them
on
in
the
the
gun
put them in
barbecue
the
grill
sink,
somewhere.
washing with some good old seasoning.
I'm
Good to
saying no,
go.
they'll be Cajun. Yeah, they will be dark meat. I mean black meat, cause they'll be Cajun on somebody's little grill. But he know he can't have that stuff up in there like that if he living in the city, and then tell these people to go to the country. This is where you go to the country because this is what country people do. They have the chickens and stuff in the yard. They don't have them in no apartments. And then I know it got to smell unless he cleaning up every day. But I don't know. Them chicken right there might clean up behind themselves because them chickens smart. They might clean up, mop, sweep, and then when they get ready to lay their eggs, they take the eggs in the kitchen themselves. He don't even have
Not
to come
mop and
get them.
sweep.
He don't even have to come get them chicken. Girl, he don't even have to go get the eggs. Them chickens smart enough they take and put them on the table themselves. Them gangster chickens. But no, he know get too well. Them folks is irritated because I used to get irritated when them chickens used to crow when I was around them. And then, because I'm from the country, they come right there by the window because my boyfriend was a city boyfriend. And they'll come right by the window and croak. And I run him away and come back inside the house. He back at that window again. So, like I said, them chickens something to deal with. But that's all I got, Diva.
Mm-mm. Wayne, I don't know if you heard the story. If you want to comment, or you want me to just go to my next story.
I catch your next go round because I missed this whole story.
Okay, no problem. All right, so I'm gonna roll into our last story, and our last story, the guy is 70, his girlfriend is in her 30s, and you know she got the welling on him. Let me go ahead and share screen. So a button salesman 70 allegedly stabbed in 4K per month luxury NYC pad by his baby mama, Crazy Cat. So a 70-year-old button salesman was allegedly stabbed in his luxury Chelsea pad Tuesday by his much younger baby mama, who he called Crazy Cat to the Post and said tried to kill him with a kitchen knife. Dad of 6, Raheem Bilal, claimed he and his gal pal I'm not going to mess up her name. I'm going to say AB, 32, who just gave birth to their daughter last week, were arguing over the infant when she started attacking him. I waited 9 months just to see, did it say last week? But she said, I waited 9 months just to see the look on my baby's face, and I haven't seen her yet in person, Bilal said as he stood outside his high rise with a side of his head covered in dry blood. That's the conversation. And that's what led to her picking up a knife, he said of AB. I said, are you serious? Put the knife down. She told me, I will kill you. All of a sudden, she walks up to me and she hit me on the head with the knife and then turned around and stabbed me in the chest, Bilal said. After the stabbing, she told me she was sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I got mad, Bilal said. She is crazy cat. She is crazy as crazy cat, he said, referring to the old cartoon. AB fled the 35-story rental building on West 28th Street near 10th Avenue, where studios go for more than $4,400 a month, in a long brown sheepskin coat, but was eventually nabbed by cops, sources said. She was charged with assault with a weapon, violating an order of protection, criminal possession of a weapon, and criminal possession of a controlled substance, police said. Bilal was treated at Bellevue Hospital for his injuries. The man said he lost his wife 5 years ago and met AB 2 years ago buying coffee at Manhattan 7-Eleven. He has 5 other children from his marriage. That was my girl, he said of AB, who gave birth to their daughter on March 25th. But the new mom has a troubled history, according to law enforcement sources. The woman whose last known address is on the Upper East Side was most recently arrested in September in connection to a trio of car thefts, sources said. She was also arrested on domestic violence-related charges in March 2024 and November 2023, sources said. AB was cuffed in February 2024, too, for allegedly violating an order of protection that January, according to the sources. Bilal said their baby is in state custody at the moment, but I'm going to pursue fatherhood, and I'll do whatever it takes to get my daughter. He said the pair started arguing just before 1 a.m. because he felt AB was keeping details about their newborn from him. She got mad and got up and got the knife, he said. I don't hate my other half, Bilal said, but I can't go back to her right now because if I do, I'll be crazy. What are you going to do? You going to live and let live, he said. I mean, keep smiling and keep bouncing. So listen, he's straight. He says she did what she did. He got to keep living, keep bouncing, and he going to try to get his baby from the state. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Diva, I'm gonna say this the nicest way I can. These people have to know who you getting in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing everybody keep saying they want to be in these age gap relationships. You can be in a relationship with anybody,
Right.
but know who you marrying. Know who you laying down with. Know who you reproducing with. Now, 9 times out of 10, the reason why she keeping this baby from her, he probably ain't even the daddy. And I say that because if he was really this upstanding guy or whatever, the baby wouldn't be in protective custody. He would be with you already. I feel like there's something else to this story. I really do. I feel like there's something else we missing. But it seemed like both of these people are crazy because not she was just in the accident in 2002 and y'all been dating for 2 years. That means she was cheating on you then, unless you was the person that she was in the domestic violence. I can't. I'm trying to make the math, but it ain't mathing. But you stay tuned to this story because I can't wait to hear the outcome.
He called her crazy cat, so he could have been. She could have been in a domestic violence situation with him, and he was
she
just
crazy cat and he crazy dog.
Oh my God, Katrina, your thoughts?
David, was that him? That picture?
Yes.
Child, tell Whoopi Goldberg to come get her brother. Ain't nothing like a food, but this is an old food. It don't make no sense, and you still want to go back. And then we ask people why they keep going back because they know it's an abusive relationship. Now we see just because you old don't mean you have wisdom. But I, I don't know, is he even stable enough to even keep the child? Because he's not, his brain is not processing either. Sound like his brain is maggot food. But anyway, good luck to both of them. Just tell Whoopi to come get her brother. That's all I got.
Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, this sound like crazy stuck on crazy. It'd be no question in my mind that I wouldn't be going back. But sounds like he has a little hesitation. He's I'm not going back now. I mean, you know this lady crazy, and you're gonna go back. But you know what? It sounds like one of them toxic relationships. They probably equally as bad. And they probably equally get on each other's nerves. So I mean, the child does not need to grow up in an environment like that. They need to contact family or somebody, to get that child in a proper environment. Because you keep that up and don't get no assistance or no kind of therapy or do something, somebody gonna really, really get hurt. I'm done.
Yeah. He almost did. If she would have stabbed him in the wrong spot in the chest, it would have been a mess.
Right. And you would think he wouldn't even consider. He said, well, I'm not gonna go back right now. It's crazy. And I think he said that, he's not like he didn't love, he's not at the point where he don't love her. Sounds like anyway. It sounds like he want to give her another chance. You go for it. You give her all the chances you need to stay together.
Julius, your thoughts?
Lord have mercy me, Susie May. What you do to Pawpaw? Oh, Lord, this causes me to have such comedic commentary right now. Okay, anywho, back to the subject at hand. Now, as an opinion said, you could be in a relationship with anybody. However, it's showing that maturity, even old people could be immature at times. It doesn't take away from the fact of what this young lady did. But come on now, bruh. You know better. If she knows better, so do you. You way older than her. Miss me with it. And the thing about it is, yes, there is DV cases involving men that men are the victims. I don't want to take away from that. If you knew something was off, why didn't you call the proper authorities to have her checked out? Come on now.
I mean, unfortunately, people be in toxic relationships. And he's 70. I think what's going on with this gentleman here is he probably was married all his life. He said his wife died about 5 years ago. He was minding his business, getting some coffee, and then boom, he bumps into her. And he took in astray, but I think he probably took in astray because of loneliness, and that thing was crazy. And I'm kind of leaning with you in my opinion. I'm wondering if it's his baby. Right. I wonder if she got pregnant and just told him you was the baby. And you could tell she was playing games with him because he kept asking her about the baby. He said, I waited 9 months to see my baby. And then all of a sudden, he kept asking, where's the baby? Where's the baby? Where's the baby? And she was playing games with him. That's when she got mad and stabbed him up. So I'm wondering, like you said, in my opinion, is this even his baby? Because it seemed like she
It's
went.
not, but I feel like he know that too, and I feel like he going along with it. But the thing is, he's 71. He already has 5 children. What do you need another one for, sir?
Well, I think listen, I'm not mad at him if he feels that is his baby, he's trying to step up. Because this woman, she is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So if it is his baby, then I say, listen, maybe the siblings going to at some point have to take care of their new baby sister, right? But if it is his baby versus the baby being in a foster care, I'm not mad at him for going to get the baby. He seemed to have some type of cash because he living in a building that's the rent is about $5,000 a month. That's a lot of darn money. So, and I think that's part of what's going on with him. He was married all his life. His wife died. Then he moved in this building. You know, you lonely, especially if you spent 30 years or something like that. I don't know how long he was with his wife, but the wife died. They got 5 kids together, and he was looking for just probably companionship. And then here come that crazy thing. And she
Well, you
was
know that song, Diva. If you think you're lonely now.
listen, and that young thing was sexing him down. And he fell for the okie doke. And that's why he said, I'd be crazy if I go back to her, because that's what his kids told him. That ain't really his thought. I'm thinking like a part of what Wayne said. He will go back, but I think his kids are like, you crazy if you go back to after she tried to stab you and kill you. What do you want to wait till she actually physically kills you? Crazy, but I feel for him. Yeah, that's why she got with him for the money. Yeah, she got with him for the money. I do believe that she got with him for the money. But I'm wondering, only because in my opinion, you have me thinking if that baby is even his. And it's probably not. And who knows when she came over there and stabbed him up, who knows if the baby was probably with the baby daddy or the person who think he the baby daddy.
That's probably why he couldn't get the baby, probably. She probably said he not the father.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Listen, I'm about to close out, but I was debating on putting this story in. That's why I didn't put on the title. I was looking at my time, but I'll show it real quick. You know, it's always bad when a couple they're splitting and they can't get their life together. You know, I say a lot about Cardi B, but I do think that Offset is he was used to Cardi constantly taking him back no matter what he did. But what people got to understand is everybody has their breaking point, and at some point people are going to be like, oh heck no, I can't do this no more. So Cardi B accuses Offset of threatening MSS, sending Revenge P to her new man in a wild rant. So Cardi B alleged in a shocking rant on social media over the weekend that her estranged husband Offset is putting her through hell with constant harassment and even death threats. For the past couple of months, I've been very quiet, but I've been going through a lot of stuff that I keep to myself. The WAP rapper began on X Spaces, a live audio room where users can host conversation. Cardi 32 then went on to claim that Offset, whom she filed to divorce in August 2024, had allegedly sent her text begging her to get back with him and saying he was going to take away his life. And I do believe her. She further claimed begging me, saying he's going to take away my life. All this as he was mad. He's mad about that. The I Like It singer alleged that Offset also sent the new person she has been dating, whose name she did not disclose in a live stream, videos of the Migos rapper and Cardi B having sex out of spite. See, I mean, I know people do what they do with their husbands, but I don't know why people are into this recording of themselves. Nobody's recording me. I'm not. If I am being recorded, it will be unknown. That's the type of S I've been dealing with for the past 2 months, she added. Cardi continue alleging every time he knows that I go out of town, he harasses me. He leaves me voice notes, trying to put my self-esteem to the ground, and I'm so tired of it. He's mad that she finally had enough and said she was done. The Bodak Yellow rapper alleged that her ex and his new girlfriend, whose name she also did not reveal during the live chat, sent her explicit voicemail messages on her phone. She claimed the woman has asked her, "Why you care that I'm in the house? You haven't been here for 3 years." To which Cardi allegedly responded, "That's my house that I bought." TMC has reported that Offset 33 has been dating model Melanie Jada. Page 6 was unable to confirm whether this is the woman Cardi claims has been complicit in Offset's alleged misconduct. The up rapper, who shares 3 children with her ex, concluded her rant by alleging, "You've been harassing me and harassing the men that I've been dealing with for months already. You've been harassing my friends. You send people to get my friend beat up." Page 6 has reached out to Offset's breath for comments, but did not immediately hear back. Amid his messy divorce battle, the bad and bougie rapper, real name Corey Kendall Cyphers, has also been accused of cheating and even stealing from Cardi. "I ain't listening after you and your mama robbed me," the money rapper claimed on Spaces in January. "Yeah, you and your mom robbed me cold, wiped my nose, told you stop effing playing with me." She also claimed that their divorce has not been finalized because Offset won't sign the papers. The walk it, talk it rapper responded in a sense-deleted post on X at the time. "When you split the custody, I will. You ain't worried about music. You worried about D. Everybody can see all you talk about is D. And in the clubs, burnt, no music, no nothing, just drama." I feel for her. I do believe that he's mad and he's jealous and he's sending videos and he's doing all of these things. It's horrible. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Kudos to Cardi, because for the longest we kept telling her to keep her mouth closed and handle her business. I am glad she's letting Offset go. He been spending her money for a very long time, cheating out here in the clubs, making her look stupid out in these streets. And for the longest, she was up here defending him. "Oh, he's not cheating. He's doing this. I know where my man is." I felt bad for her. You know what I'm saying? And I was praying that she was going to get that brain to click on. I am so glad that they finally got a hold of Cardi and she clicked that brain on. Because let me tell you something. When a woman is truly done with you, it ain't no talking, no begging, no nothing you can do to get them back. Okay? When they truly done with you, they done. Done, done. Like cook them done. You ain't gonna cook me no more. Okay? I feel like this is Carla saying she's done, done. I do believe Offset is very toxic. He's been toxic for a very long time. Just look at what happened to the Migos. Okay? I just feel like he needs to let this lady go. Quit harboring, quit pressuring. And the mere fact that she's getting threats where he's offering to take his life and hers, stay away from him. Get your restraining order. Make sure you turn over these tapes, okay? Stay away from him because there's too many people that will come out here and take yours just so can't nobody else have you.
Mm, mm, mm. Katrina, your thoughts?
He ain't finna go out there and unalive himself. He too much of a narcissist. And he's not gonna do nothing that's gonna cause harm to himself because he's a punk. And Cardi, you picked him. I would have left him alone when I had to fight this woman in the club or had somebody fighting this woman in the club, and you was looking at prison time, and you had kids by this guy. You knew this guy was a cheater. You had another child by him. You knew he was a cheater. You had another child by him, and you knew he was a cheater. I mean, some things that people do, they bring this stuff on themselves. Yes, she loved him, but he dogged her. And as I said before, never love anybody more than they love you because you will always get the short end of the stick. And see, she was loving him more than he was loving her. And now look at the situation. They was unequally yoked. Anytime you unequally yoked, the relationship is not gonna last anyway. In my opinion, said I'm glad she's staying off the internet and talking to stuff like she normally do, but she's still bringing too much on the internet as well. But that's good because Diva, you need stories. But good luck to both of them because both of them a mess. That's all I got.
Wayne, your thoughts?
Well, I give her a break, because some people believe in the vows for better, for worse, and she went 10 toes down for him.
Yeah.
Tried to keep him. She got 3 kids. I mean, I know you want to walk away, but you want to try to make it work somehow. Now, he's a douche, but I'm glad she kind of see the light. I hope she stay on the path. I hope she gets some kind of protection. Because you don't know who gonna run up on you or who can, because she's a public figure. She's gonna be out places, a lot of things, She just needs some extra protection. I wouldn't take nothing for granted. It was just a story, I think it was today or yesterday, where this family, this couple of color, us, and the neighbors said that they seemed great. They spoke everything. They stayed to themselves. The mother said that I'm not. Oh, I have to tell you this part. Anyway, so something happened, and he called the police, and they could hear in the background saying, "Why do you want to kill me? Why do you want to kill me?" And then that was it. And by the time the police got there, he unalived himself. They heard him unalive himself. And nobody knows. The mother, she said he was a good man. He took care of it, and they all seem like nobody knows what happened. And this was recent, like a couple of days ago. So, don't take it for granted, that he ain't gonna do nothing, but you have to raise your kids in a safe environment. You have to be there for him, for them. So I hope that's the main thing. Get some protection. You got to go to law or whatever, because this doesn't sound good. He has somebody, and now he's mad that she has somebody, and it's just adding fuel to the fire. He's getting worked up. Cardi's trying to go on. He's getting worked up over it. And you don't know everything about somebody, and usually to the worst thing happens. And I never thought they would do that. They never seemed like they were like that. That's it.
Julius, your thoughts?
So I have to say I am glad that she decided to take a step back and reflect. We all need to do that. And when you do that, I always say this, when you allow yourself to sit in the stillness, when you allow yourself to sit in the stillness and think, and you have that conversation, and you allow yourself to have that conversation, especially that conversation with God, you will start to see things that you refused to before. Some things you may have to work on yourself, or some things that the way other people have been treating you. And so I think in this instance, and she acknowledged how she was sitting quiet, she had to sit in that stillness. And she was like, I am sick and tired of being treated like a second-class citizen in my own marriage. You want to be for the street? Go. But don't be coming in and out of my kids' lives. Leave me alone. Get out my house. Get out my stuff that I've bought. It ain't our money, it's my money. It ain't our house, it's my house. Get out of the stuff that I bought. You go be with whoever. I do not care. And I think it's an insecurity point for the current new girlfriend to say to Carly, well, why are you mad that I'm in the house? Sweetie, and what she doesn't realize is the fact that you're attracting trash. So don't worry about his past. If you are confident in what you and this young man have, be that. But that's what Cardi had to do. So with everything she just said, she needs to give everything to her lawyer. She needs to have restraining orders in place. She needs to make sure that the beneficiaries for her insurance companies are locked down. She needs to make sure that things were in order to where Offset's legal name is not on anything. And all her assets are protected when it comes pertaining to her children. Because everything I just heard, that's what I would do. Because there's no telling what level his pettiness will go to. She needs to protect herself now. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. I hope that it all works out at the end of the day. But I think that, she supported him in many ways, financially, emotionally, mentally, and he kept just disrespecting her. And she would always take him back into the moment where she said she was done. And now he doesn't really quite know how to handle it. He may be trying to save face for the public, but I think in reality, he's broken over this thing. And I think
No, he not diva. He wants to control her. He wants to do his dirt and he wants to control her just like he been doing. He wants to have access to that money because he's not out here making no albums. She's the breadwinner. She's the one that's been putting out songs. She couldn't even put out her whole album because she was stressed out over trying to follow him.
Well, then there's that. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for coming through for Trending Topics Tuesday. We got free Wendy Williams. And I'm really hoping that at some point, this conservatorship, the way that it is, that Wendy gets out of it. So hashtag free Wendy. Regarding the chicken chaos, first of all, I feel it's an apartment building. I feel it's not sanitary. And no, I would not be buying no eggs from him for no $25. And I would not be eating the chicken, the black meat from the chicken. I think he has a lot going on and he probably needs something to do for himself mentally, especially that he's saying he's not working. But to terrorize the neighbors that live there also, that all night long they got to hear these roosters, this parrot, and deal with you in your farm that's taking up the common area where they all should be able to spend time, but they can't because you got a whole farm there, is messy. And then the last story with, the last story is Cardi B, but the other story with the 70-year-old, I get it. Because imagine, you having a wife, your wife dies, and now you're alone. A lot of people, that's why, if you ever hear stories, sometimes when you have a husband and wife that been married so long, and then one of them dies, and then you hear that soon after, the other one dies too. And most people be like, oh, they died of loneliness. I believe that, and I think it's very true. But listen, guys, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.